An introduction to STEM education. Where is STEM in our world? Flying planes, fishing, gardening, all these different things that we do and see in our everyday life. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM education is defined as being an integrated approach that actually develops our future innovators. It's where they solve new problems through science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They're given design challenges through an inquiry or problem, then they investigate research with activities, and it's all student driven, so quite a constructivist approach to learning. So the teachers, they become facilitators rather than instructors. They respond critically, have group discussions, use their hands-on, and physically invent and create products, which they then trial and error and make a brand new invention that could help and innovate their community. How did it stem? Australian education ministers decided in 2015 that it had to be a big priority, especially in the curriculum, because there's so many learning areas that need to be catered for. So STEM education is an emerging trend that many believe may help teachers meet this challenge of a standards-based education, using all the different key learning areas and integrating them. How can it be implemented? Through the school, staff, and communication strategies and industry engagement. Strong commitment from the school as a whole is vital for the success of such a project. Here are some different ways that a school can help implement STEM into their school and classrooms. But one example is allowing an integrated approach for assessment and giving students and staff the time that they need and the materials they need. For staff, showing that students can make their own learning and actually let them plan with other teachers just to give them resources rather than make them the key facilitators. Communication needs to be a priority. Communicating with teams the concerns, resources, and evaluations of the STEM being implemented in the class. And industries. Having industries involved with their students provides great value as it adds authenticity and gives them an expert. So a framework for implementing is to your left, and this is a structured approach to how it can be implemented in a classroom and started up. In a constructivist classroom, students actually learn by themselves through project-based activities and experiences. A teacher is more so not the facilitator, but more so a helper within the classroom. That these are some of the things that she can be doing. For example, supervising safety and management and providing questions. An example of STEM challenge is designing a healthy package for children. This was one example and activity of a STEM activity that I have gone through. It directs to the curriculum through design and technology from years foundation to 6. For mathematics, it can be given a range of mathematical concepts. For example, year 1, they can be looking at 2D and 3D shapes, whereas year 6, they can be looking at prisms and pyramids. Year 3, fractions, halves, quarters, and fourths. For science, they learn so many things, but for this exact activity, they're learning chemical sciences, caring for the environment, and those practical science inquiry skills. Another example is designing a paper plane or a boat that floats. The same kind of curriculum links are involved, except there is a major implementation of forces. For mathematics, there is a range of concepts that you can use. And science, they're looking more so at physical science and actually testing through experiments. This is produced with a technology process. Investigate, design, create, and evaluate to find a solution. It's scaffolding, learning, and sequencing the design. In that investigation stage, I experienced constructivism, learning for myself. I saw teacher questioning using ICTs, and I was personalised with my learning because even in the designing a lunchbox, I had to think of a weekly meal plan. In a design phase, it looks like teacher interviewing, students drawing and sketching, materials introduced, and student collaboration. In the creation stage, students are actually creating it and using their active learning and project management skills. For the evaluation stage, they're testing and observing their product, gathering data, and answering and reflecting through maybe de Bono's thinking hats, and coming up with a solution for later. These are some other examples of how Australia has implemented different projects. So why should we do it? Why should we link the concepts? It's so students can learn to investigate big ideas linked to their world. So constructivist teachers structure lessons around big ideas, not small bits of information. So go beyond the STEM silos. Once they create content big ideas and process big ideas, they can start to see real world connections. And students can become skilled at problem solving, make concepts easier to learn, have a holistic knowledge, and facilitate the transferring of knowledge to real world problems. So why use STEM in your classroom? Well, it actually supports 4Cs: creativity, critical reflection, communication, and collaboration. It also increases engagement and has a real relevance to their life.